Hey, 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 everybody. It is the
Hi.
first show.
Yay!
Yay! And we are so, so very excited. The first show of Church Girl Rants. If you
Yes.
are here, thank you so much for being here. You all can see I have my wonderful co host with me. Yay! We have Lady Chrissy and Lady Sharon. And this is the first show, the first season for Church Girl Rants, which is a show for Christian single women. Now, if you are married, you can come on in. If you are a man, you can come on in. We don't discriminate, but a lot of the topics that we're going to talk about will be about singles in every area of life. We're going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about church culture. We're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about relationships in every aspect, whether they're romantic relationships, whether they're friendships, whether it's business. We're going to talk about what it means to
Mm-hmm.
be a single Christian woman in today's climate. And I knew I could not do this by myself, so I got some good sister girlfriends that are going to be here with me. And so I'm going to give
Yes.
them a space to introduce themselves. Most of you all know me, but if you don't, if you're watching for the first time, I'm Cheryl Thomas. I'm a minister, best-selling author, and a certified Christian life coach, and the founder of Becoming Engaged Enterprises and Cheryl Thomas Speaks, where I help women live. Not just women, but the body of Christ live. That means love yourself,
Yeah.
invest in yourself, value your voice, and experience big fun. So everything that I do has an element of fun and laughter in it because I believe that God came that we might have life and that we might have it more
More
abundantly.
abundantly.
So I'm going to yield the floor to my co-host to let them introduce themselves to you.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. I am Pastor Chrissy Vickers. I'm actually a new pastor. I started Mind of Christ Ministries International. I launched it in January, but I've been in ministry for 18 years. Been in ministry for 18 years, but just stepped out on faith as a single woman. And I'm pastoring my own church now. So I'm super excited about it. I'm also a author. My first book is out
Yay,
called
yay.
A Little Inspiration with a Couple Warranty. I'm going to go ahead and give a little shout out on the book right now.
Oh
So you
yes,
can go
oh
ahead and get your
yes,
copy at
yes.
Amazon.com. If you live in my area, you can go to Gabriel's Christian bookstore and get it, or you can even just contact me and we'll get a personal copy to you that's signed. I'm also the CEO and founder of Women and Men of Purpose and Destiny Incorporated. We're doing some amazing things, and I'm just super excited for what God is doing with that nonprofit organization. It's been around now going on 11 years, 11 years, and
Wow,
we've
that's
even
awesome.
received mayor's yeah, and we received mayor's recognitions a few years back. So we have some exciting things that's coming. I also launched a business called Journey to the Center of You, which deals with it has life coaching as well, but it's also with consulting and event planning. So I'm super excited to see what God is going to do, and I'm excited
Whoop,
to be
whoop.
with these amazing ladies. Yes, yes, yes.
Yay!
Hey. Well, I don't want to go after all of that.
So wait a minute. All right,
So
powerhouse.
Yeah.
I am the Peter of the group. No, I'm
Oh.
just, my name is Sharon Grant. I think I'm supposed to tell you that I'm an elder or a minister. Yeah, okay. So I've been in 1997 actually.
Wow.
So that's a really
Oh
long
wow.
time.
Yeah.
Um, but let me just tell you, I'm still human. I still love God, but I love to have
Mhm.
fun.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
love to just be real and transparent. So I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, have two beautiful daughters, Alex and Gabby. Um, I have wonderful friends. I'm joined by two of them. Ha.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh,
Oh.
they let me be a part of this, y'all, because really, I really had to pay them to be a part of this. But anyway,
Whatever.
we'll get to that whole part later. But anyway, I
Oh
am
my
so
gosh.
happy to be a part of this. I am the author of two books, one called Giving Up is Not an Option, The Purpose for the Pain, and the other is a devotional. It's Giving Up is
Yay.
Not an Option, Devotion from the Heart. And so I am an author also, but I do have a writing service. It's called the
Oh,
Impact Writing Services. And we give you professional editing, we give you ghostwriting services, and I also
awesome.
give writing workshops. And I have just started teaching MS Word. So visit
Okay.
us at
Okay.
Cool.
impactingyourlife.com,
Yeah.
impactingyourlife.com, and I'm chill. So look,
Chill.
this whole season, y'all gonna see me just chilling. And
There you
it's gonna
go.
be a little crazy because they're a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll. So
I got
Did
it.
you hear her call this out? I take it.
Yeah.
I am.
Okay. Okay.
so they didn't tell you guys, but we are all single, but we are single from three different perspectives. Okay, so
Exactly.
I am single by widowhood. So I've been a
Yes.
widow
Mm-hmm.
now for 22 years. And yes, I'm available. No, I'm just teasing.
Since you asked.
Look,
Oh my God.
look, since you were DMing me, yes, I'm no, I'm just okay. I'm gonna stop because y'all know me. I will cut up. But yeah, so that's it.
Well,
so
and
so so it sounds like we need to go ahead and tell our rest. So
yes.
she's single about being widowed. I'm single because of going through a divorce. I've been divorced now since 2016. I was married for 6 years. It didn't work out, but I know God has another plan. So I'm also single and available.
And I am single, never been married, no children. So I'm the baby of the bunch, just the green newbie that's just out here like, Do I? Do I not? Do I want to or do I not want to? Jesus.
Oh, God. Woo.
So, and
Oh, my
that's what I
Honey.
God.
know is going to make the show so interesting is because we do have such differing
Mm-hmm.
perspectives that's going
Yeah.
to be able to meet you wherever you are,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're
Mm-hmm.
whether you have children, whether you're single like me, never been married, whether you've gone through divorce, whether you've been widowed. God has given us a breadth of
Yeah.
expertise and experiences to be able to be a blessing to the body of Christ. And so we are so geeked and so happy to
Yes.
have you all here. I've been praying for you, praying about the women that were going to be on this show, praying about everyone that would be attracted to what God is
Mm-hmm.
doing in this show
Yeah.
because we're going to be real. What you will find
Mm-hmm.
is we're going to be our authentic selves and we're going to ask
Mm-hmm.
you to do that as well. Don't feel like you have to be anybody but whoever God has called you to be, because I think that's what makes the body of Christ such a rich place when we can come
Exactly.
as we are to Christ, because he made us just like we are. He made us, you
Yeah.
can see that we love to have fun, we love to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So this show is going to be filled with laughter, filled with fun. There will be ministry moments. There will be moments where we're serious, but we're going to always throw a joke in there
Yeah.
every now and then just to lighten it up because that's who we
Yeah.
are. And so
Yeah.
we are so excited. Hey, Lady Rebecca, thanks so much for joining. Yes, she
Hey,
says good mix of
Rebecca.
experiences. Yes.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi,
Hi,
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Hi,
And it,
Leslie. We forgot to say hi to
yeah, we
Leslie.
didn't
Yeah,
say
hi,
hi to
Leslie.
Leslie and
Hi,
Carrie
Carrie.
Ann. Thank you
Hi,
so much
Carrie.
for joining. And all of you that are on, just let us know, drop us a note in the comments and say hello to us and tell us where you are joining us
Say
from.
hello to me. Say hello to me.
You see how selfish she
Oh,
was? See how
that's for
selfish
sure.
she was? Just selfish.
Uh,
She said just say hello to her. Not all of
just say
us.
hello to her.
Okay, say hello to us all.
All right. And every show we are going to be showing you. Oh, thank you. Carrie is joining us from Canada.
Oh,
How
Okay, Canada
nice.
in
awesome!
the house.
Awesome, awesome,
Yes,
awesome.
I love
Canada.
it.
And Rebecca
Yes.
is in Ocala. Yay,
Yes, hi,
Rebecca in
Ocala!
Rebecca.
Ocala, Florida. Come on in the
Yep,
house
that is
now.
that is that is one of my friends. Yep.
Woo, woo, woo! Thanks so much for
Okay.
joining and supporting. We appreciate you.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
and every show we're going to be drinking something fun.
Oh yeah.
Now, and so we're going to show you what we're drinking on tonight. Now, don't be fooled by the glasses. We love pretty glasses. So
Yes,
I
we
am
do.
drinking, what is this? What did I tell y'all this was? Sparkling cider.
Mm.
This is
Sparkling.
great sparkling cider that I'm
Yes.
drinking. Lady Chrissy, what are you drinking?
I have tonight just a little peach tea, but the cup is actually bigger than my head. So that's a
Oh, I love that peach tea. And
Okay.
Sharon, what are you
Is it my,
drinking?
you want to know the truth? No, I'm teasing. This Jesus juice.
She drinking Jesus juice.
I'm drinking Jesus juice.
Now
It's called
Jesus,
cranberry
Jesus
juice.
did turn water into wine.
Yes, he did.
he did.
Look, and you need a little wine for the stomach, say every now and then. No, seriously, this is actually cranberry juice for right now. No, this is cranberry juice.
So right now.
Cranberry juice.
Look,
So, and what something fun that we could do is in the future when you all join us, y'all bring a special drink and you all tell us what you're drinking in the comments so we can see, because I like to try new drinks. So let us know in the comments what you're drinking. Hey Kendra, thanks so much for joining. She is joining us from Mount Dora, Florida.
hurrah.
Hello.
And of course,
Hey.
Leslie is from the Gville.
All
All
right,
right, Leslie.
Gainesville.
Yes, Gville. And if you are joining us on Facebook, we want you to go ahead and share this with your friends. Also, like it. If you are on YouTube, we also want you to share it as well and like it. And if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we are live. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you all a disclaimer. We are streaming right now on YouTube and Facebook. Look at your neighbor, say YouTube and Facebook.
YouTube
YouTube
and
and
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes,
YouTube
yes.
and
YouTube
Facebook.
and Facebook.
This video is going to live on Facebook for 24 hours. 24 hours. 24 hours. And then it will live forever on YouTube. YouTube is where we're going to house all the videos. It's always going to be shown live on Facebook. It's always going to be on Facebook for 24 hours. But tomorrow, when you come and look for it, it will be GONE. And you'll have to go to YouTube. All right, Carrie is drinking water. She said next time it'll be
Yeah.
better. And bring a
And
fun
we're
drink
on
next
Cheryl Summer
time.
Speak.
And oh, see, Rebecca, I love you. She's having a cup of Earl Grey.
Oh,
Earl
nice.
Grey is my favorite
With condensed
tea.
milk. Okay.
Yes.
I
There you
love
go.
Earl Grey
I
tea.
can't do
Yes.
the milk. I can't do the milk and y'all be around me. Praise the Lord. But
No,
yeah,
don't do the milk. Don't do the
don't do the
milk.
milk.
Don't do the
Mm-mm.
milk.
Don't do the
Hey,
milk.
Devaney, thanks so much for joining. She is watching
Hello.
from Claremont. Yes, Christians
Hey,
must
Devaney.
have fun. Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
Thanks so much for joining. Now, y'all, on tonight, we're going to do some fun stuff tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know a lot of you all have been watching. Okay, maybe you haven't been. uh,
Okay.
Sharon, tell me her name again. I forgot her name. She said she's watching from nowhere, South Carolina.
Oh, God.
Why? I don't know why I give her the link. I don't know why I send her the link.
Because she's
every
fun and we're
time.
going to have some fun
She's
tonight. I
a
love having her
fun.
on our shows.
It is Robin. Lord.
Robin, yes,
Jesus.
Robin.
Oh,
Thanks watching.
Oh,
Thanks,
God.
Robin, for watching from nowhere.
Nowhere.
Hey, Lady Glendale, she is watching from Bellevue. Thanks so much for
All
joining
right.
us. Awesome.
Glendale.
Well,
Yes.
thank you all. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Be sure to share. Tonight we're going to be
Marion
talking
County is
about.
popping.
Oh, yeah, it's from Marion County. That was a couple of people from Marion County. I see it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Sharon,
This
Sharon,
funny.
don't be there giving them looks. Don't be giving them
Look.
looks.
Don't put that up, Cheryl. Cheryl, don't let the
Too
devil
late.
use you.
Too
Do
late.
not let the devil use you. That's all right. I will call her. I will send her a pigeon and a message in a bottle
To nowhere.
to nowhere, South Carolina.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's
Just
jump
wrong.
into our topic on tonight. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because so much has happened this year in the space of celebrity relationship experts or relationship experts, period. And so I wanted to talk about how we as Christians view advice for relationship. Who do we go to for advice? Because if y'all remember, there were so many people that were hashtagging relationship goals, and they were putting pictures of people, like they would put pictures of Will and Jada saying relationship goals, and then we found out they was having entanglements.
Yeah.
They was
Yeah.
wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up.
Tangled all up, and it wasn't in Jesus. So I mean, and then so
No.
that shattered that ideal, or what we thought was an
Yeah.
ideal, or we were having, hashtag relationship goals, and we had it behind Prince Harry and Meghan, and then we found out she was about to have a nervous breakdown over in England.
That part.
And had to
And I
flee the
thought she was
country.
powerful. Yeah.
It was
That
like,
was- wow.
okay, we thought, oh, it was going to be wonderful to be the Duchess, but that didn't happen. And then there was this guy, and I used to see his name, but I never watched any of his relationship advice. His name was Derrick Jaxn. And he used to do these videos where he would be in the car, and he, if, let's say a celebrity man did something wrong or whatever, he'd be in his car like going off, women, you don't deserve a man like this. You deserve a man that's going to call you a queen. Then we found out he had a string of affairs. Got all exposed. And so I bring all of that up. And then we just heard yesterday that Bill and Melinda Gates, 27 years of marriage, they're getting divorced.
Get
She
a
gonna be
divorce.
rich though.
Oh my gosh.
She
She's gonna
gonna
have
be
a check because there
balling.
was no prenup, so
Right.
she gonna be okay for forever,
She
for
gonna be
forever.
Yes.
balling.
Yes. Rich, wealthy. Yep.
Yes, yes. But and here's the thing is, I was on a show last night. We church girl chats with my cousins, Pastor McKnight and Pastor William, and we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about how I think it was Pastor McKnight was talking about the three of the richest men in the world have
Mhm.
had horrible relationships. We talked about Elon Musk, then talked about let me see, Amazon. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, Bezos,
Yes, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Bezos.
Business.
And so how we often think that these people are just they have it all together, that things aren't as they appear. And so one of the questions I wanted to talk about is, why do you think we idolize or give a certain level to celebrity relationships? What makes us do that?
Well, well, here's the thing that I think. We're going to ignore Robin and her gold digger mentality.
Oh gosh.
So here's the thing. I'm not even sure, Cheryl, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's the relationship that that
Mm-hmm.
is idolized or whether it's because of the money.
The stuff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's just the stuff. And
Right.
we
Yeah.
think that somehow we have correlated money, things, stuff to good
Yeah.
marriages. And
Right.
that's not
Right.
Yeah.
necessarily so. Just because you can provide me, with all the stuff does not mean that. And so the unfortunate part don't have.
Right.
And so,
True.
when you see people with a plethora of money and they can have access to whomever they want to have access to and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
then you begin to say, oh, look at them. Their relationship is really good. No, but what you don't know is after they come back from that nice party that you just saw them at, they go in the house and they
Exactly.
go to separate rooms.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
we never know what's behind closed doors. So
True.
that's
Exactly.
my take on it.
Exactly.
We idolize what we can see,
True.
Mm-hmm.
and we
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
can only see the stuff. We can only see what they give to us or what they allow us
Exactly.
to. We can't see everything that's behind closed doors. We may not ever see her black eye, you
Right.
know,
Yep.
Right.
because she
Right.
got enough money to buy the makeup to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my
Yeah.
on that whole
Yep.
thing. We idolize because of what we see and what we wish that we
Yeah.
could have.
Right. Right. I
Yeah,
agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Did you want to add to
Yeah.
that,
And I
Chrissy?
think
yeah.
I have kind
So
of a yeah, and I most definitely agree with it because see they're always in the spotlight when you're looking at those couples. But I also look at it from a different perspective because for all that I've ever seen from a little girl, is that a lot of celebrity couples divorce. So I
Right.
mean, I would always that's just what I've always seen as a little girl. So when I would see like Denzel Washington, who wasn't with a actress, somebody famous, and their relationship was lasting, I was like, now that's good, because I was just always expecting, when I'm watching these celebrity couples, who's gonna last and who's not gonna last. And
Right.
are they just putting on a show for us because they're on TV? Like I can give for example, Kim Kardashian. She has been married so many times, and and no, we didn't have her on the list, but I'm gonna talk
No,
about it because this
I'm
is
cool with
one.
it.
Listen,
But you see
listen,
both of me and Sharon's faces like,
listen. Now I thought sure, and I remember watching one episode, and this is after I heard that they had split. And so this was an old episode, but the mother and some of the other sisters was like, "Oh, Kim and Kanye, they'll be together forever. They're just such the perfect couple." And that's even causing me to choke up right now just thinking about what got said because that was a lot. just their whole relationship is ridiculous.
Okay, Chrissy, I just want you to repeat after me. And that
That
was
was
a business deal. Okay, I'm done.
a business.
And I,
Whatever it was.
well,
That was
and
not a marriage.
Mm,
you can see that so much
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
that's true.
in that whole family. I'm just gonna leave that right there. But
Okay.
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Okay, so the one that has not been married, she's kind of like the one in the family that's the black sheep. Can't think of her name. She has all the kids.
Chloe.
Um, Chloe. Okay, so
Did I say that?
Chloe's baby daddy Scott. He said he thinks that every guy that comes into that family gets cursed. He says because nobody never. He said because something happens to every single guy that comes into the family, and
Into
I'm
their orbit.
that's exactly what he said, and they took offense to it, but I start believing it's true.
Yeah, nobody ever comes out the same. You
No,
know, I I I I still love him. Bruce Jenner never will be the same again.
wow. Now that was a
He
big
would
one. Yep,
would never be
yep.
the same again.
Okay, I'm gonna move
Mm-mm.
right
See there?
along.
He, I mean,
I didn't see that one coming though. With that,
I didn't see. Yeah, I was like
it was.
Stevie Wonder on that one. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see it. I couldn't hear it or nothing. It was
I don't know if
woo.
they saw it either, but but
But to
but that's what makes that's what I want, especially Christian singles, to be looking at. A lot of times,
Exactly.
like both of you said, we see the outside of people's lives. We see what people show us. I remember one young lady. She's been divorced for several years now. She would talk about how she and her husband would be fighting. They would take a picture and post a picture of them laughing, and but not speaking the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the day. I'm like, what? And so we see
Yep.
what people
What
want
they
us to see. We see
want
the
us to see.
picture that they want us to believe, but we don't know
Exactly.
the reality of it. And even just because a couple has been together for a long time doesn't mean that they are happy or that they are
Oh
equally
no.
yoked. Because I can tell you with a certain degree of certainty that Bill and Melinda didn't just start having trouble.
no.
Yeah.
And so we don't know how long that marriage has been like that. We don't know if that marriage wasn't a business deal. So we look at people's lives and we think
Yeah.
we want their lives. We think
Right.
that they tend for a long time. And so we've got to start finding different
Mm-hmm.
ways or different parameters or guidelines, if you will, when we are looking to find someone that we can get healthy advice from, that we can see as
Yeah.
healthy models for
Yep.
relationships. And
Yep.
so that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because I think we answered one of the questions is, do we have guidelines about who we will seek for advice about relationships, about when we see a healthy marriage? How do we know it's a healthy marriage or it's just pictures? What are the
Mm.
guidelines that you use? Like if you want advice about relationships, what are the guidelines that you use for the people that you seek out?
I mean, for me, let me just go ahead and jump right in. My parents were married 58 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing for me and for so many other relationships that I look at is that people are transparent. They allow you to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. So they don't
Yes.
just present to
Yeah.
you that relational thing as in everything is good. We spin it around 3 times, slapping our neighbors twice, and run around the church 5 times and saying that our marriage is real good.
Yeah.
No, you see the ups,
No.
the
Yeah.
down, the good, the bad,
Yes.
so on and so forth. And I think that when couples show you that honesty, because the unfortunate part is we don't only idolize celebrities, we idolize some of our pastors and their
Yes.
Exactly.
relationships as well.
True.
And that
Yeah.
gets us in trouble when something happens and then we call it church
Mm-hmm.
hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then we run from the church and we have forgotten the fact that they are actually human.
People.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they're people. And the unfortunate part is that, but because we will not share some of those things from the pulpit,
True.
by the
That's
time
it.
they see us in the pew, they're all confused. Like, but I thought you were this, and I thought
Yeah.
Right.
you had
Yeah.
this together, and you guys liked each other. No, you forget about love. Y'all don't even like each other. Yeah,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm
Right.
Yeah.
saying? And so I think that
Yes.
when you can begin to tell the honesty of a relationship when they don't mind sharing those
Yeah.
places with them. I look at Tim and Juliet Ross.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are so open and honest about a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
things that they've had to go through,
Yep.
and
Right.
you see the love. You see a
Yeah.
Absolutely.
true marriage because they don't mind, saying, "Hey, this is where we were. This is what we had to walk through. This is how we had to get to these." As they just celebrated 22 years of our marriage. So I think that's the thing. We can't just look at the money. We
Right.
don't
Yeah.
follow the money. Stop
Mm-hmm.
following the stuff and
Right.
start following the heart of the people, and
Absolutely.
who's going to be transparent and honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, and I think that Sharon actually has said it all. But I agree. We need to be, especially in the church, got to be a little bit more transparent because I've always
Hmm.
been taught and kind of was brought up. You got to be perfect. You can't say nothing about any personal stuff. Everything just got to look like you're perfect. That you
Right.
have it
Correct.
all together. That there is nothing going on. And actually, the divorce rate is higher in the church,
Yes.
and
Church.
people are not talking about that. Because people are getting married for the wrong reasons. People are getting married just because the person um, because they go to church. And
Mm-hmm.
just
Right.
because they go to
Right.
church doesn't mean that they're the one for you. And I think, a lot of times that we're missing it. And then because too, a lot of people don't believe in divorce, and all these things in the
Yeah.
church, people stay in relationships. And I'm telling you, even when I went through my divorce, it was, I don't know, I'm not going to say shameful because when I went through my divorce and I had posted this chapter of my life finalizing and closing. I posted it at the
Mm-hmm.
courthouse, like just saying that everything finalized. It was on January 7th, 2016, God's perfect number 7. January
Mm-hmm.
7th, everything finalized.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, people were, well, the ladies were kind of congratulating me, and I got so many likes. It was the weirdest thing. I got all these likes, but then the men, I had men calling me, messaging me and saying, take it down, take it down. You're celebrating a failed marriage and you doing all of this. And I'm like, wait, what? It was like, oh my God, it was like this kind of a feeling
Wow.
was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on. But I thank God for everything I've been through. Because
Mm-hmm.
now I'm showing more real, and that I've been through some things too, and then just to be more transparent, and I'm gonna say this one last thing. I've always been taught, um, and it was either by my mother or grandmother. Watch, like in church, when the preacher's up, the pastor's up, you can tell that marriage good.
Right.
If while he's
Yeah.
up, if she
Yeah.
keep going in her purse, she keep going in
Yeah.
her purse, something not right at home.
She looking for that piece
If
of
she
gum.
Right.
if she keep going in her purse and she not looking up and getting into that, something is right at home. And I don't see plenty of ladies stay in their purse the whole message while he's up
Mm-hmm.
preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love what both of you all said about, looking for transparency when you are trying to find somebody to model, or when you're trying to look
Yeah.
for advice from somebody. Um, One of the things that for me has been so helpful is like Sharon mentioned, seeing parents live out marriage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it was a blessing to me in my younger life because it brought so much stability, but even more so now that I'm an adult,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
watching them in their marriage, because
Mm-hmm.
I get to see it with a different set of eyes. Because when you're young, they're just your parents, and they're
Yeah.
married. But when you're older and you see how they navigate differences of
Yeah.
opinion, you see how they navigate disagreements, you see how they navigate coalescing, you see how they solve things. That to me has
Mm-hmm.
been the bigger blessing, because then you get to see, marriage is not fairy tales and unicorns and
Exactly.
Right.
sunflowers, that it's two
Right.
people that love each other that are working to be together. And so it
Yeah.
gives you a whole different picture. So I'm thankful that I've
Yeah.
been blessed to be able to have parents that are getting ready to celebrate, I think it is 55 years of marriage. And
Wonderful.
so
Yeah.
in my family, God has allowed me to just see some really good, strong marriages. Now I've seen some, yeah, other ones too, but but that gives me a
Yeah.
picture of what I don't want, or what I should not do, or what I should not accept, as
Correct.
far as looking for somebody, to look to. And I've also learned that advice about relationships, and good marriages don't just come from married people.
Right.
Yeah. That's true.
I remember
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember talking to somebody, and I'd really been kind of wrestling with that, because when, and I'm just gonna put this out there and y'all tell me how y'all feel
Yeah.
about this. I had been wrestling because typically what older married couples will tell you is not to take, if you're married, not to take advice from anybody that's single, because they can't give you good advice about marriage because they are not married. And so I had been praying on that thing, and I had been thinking about that thing, and the Holy Spirit just dropped in my spirit. He said, okay, look through the Bible. Where are the majority of the scriptures on how to be married, how to treat your husband, how to treat your wife? Where are those scriptures found? And who wrote it?
Right.
Paul.
A
What was
single man.
Paul?
A
Single.
single.
And so I'm like, wait a minute. You can't
Good.
take advice from a single person, and the person
What?
that gave you all your advice in the Word of God was single
Bam.
That
That's
and
that
told you
part.
not to
now.
get married.
That part.
I gotta step to that. I gotta step to that one.
And that
Yeah.
just shed so much light on me, because I was like, sometimes we hear people say something and we take it like, that's right. They ain't married. They can't tell you nothing.
That's not true.
That
Yeah.
ain't biblical. Everything that sounds logical is not biblical. And if we're going to be founding relationships on Bible practices, Bible principles, that's what we got to use. Is not the Bible, not our thoughts, not our ideologies, not what sounds good, not what seems logical,
Yep.
but what
Yeah.
is biblical. If Paul can give you sound advice, a single person can give you
That's
sound advice.
good. Yeah.
That doesn't mean that that's the only person that you look to for advice. God has allowed me um, to minister to people in so many situations that I had no experience prior to about, but because it was
Mm-hmm.
His wisdom. It wasn't mine.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't speaking
Yes.
out of myself. I
Yeah.
was speaking divine inspiration from Him about how to
There
help
you go.
that particular person walk through that portion of their life. And so I think we have to be open to receiving great advice from sound people.
Right.
Sound
There you
Right.
people.
go.
Watch their lives.
Correct.
Just how you living. Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
How you living.
Living color.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I felt.
Because I could tell you who to take advice from. Watch their lives. Be careful about who you listen to. And if you don't have access to their life, you need access. The reason we looked at all of those
Yeah.
people and we could think that they were so great or their marriages were so great, we didn't have access.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I have access to my parents. Like, ooh, they mad.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Right. And how do they navigate that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. All
And
right.
for my parents,
Yeah.
it wasn't always pretty. It wasn't
Right.
always pretty.
Right.
It wasn't always we're agreeing. It wasn't always, we're going to agree quietly or disagree quietly. No, it got loud. it it
Tell
it
you
got real
something.
Yeah,
loud at times. But
exactly.
and since we're talking to singles and everything like that, I also want us to make sure that we help people understand that if you remain single, you still good.
Thank
you
you.
Yeah,
you you still good. Don't allow anybody to say that you have to be married and you're not a person if you're not married. No, that
Right.
is true at all. And so I don't
yeah,
want anybody to walk away from this particular show going, well, what happens if I don't get married? Does that mean, that I'm not obedient? Does that mean that I'm not good enough, or anything like that? No, that is not what that means. And you can still live a wonderful and fruitful life.
yeah.
Trust me and
Yes.
believe me,
Yes.
I am on day 5 of my sabbatical.
Woo woo.
Period.
All right.
hmm
Period.
Where are you?
That's so Mary
Where
had a little
I am.
lamb.
Look, where I am.
Oh my gosh.
And
I am
I
where
love
I am.
that. I love
Yeah.
that because a lot of times,
Yeah.
especially for me, and this is what I found, and y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, especially in the church, um, when you are single, you're almost treated as if something is wrong with you. Like there's
Yeah.
some little special level that you have not reached yet because you are not married. Not that I am whole and complete and entire being a single person. Now marriage is a different aspect, but it
hmm
doesn't make me greater and it doesn't make
Right.
me less. And
Yeah.
if
Correct.
it's God's will for me to be married, then I'll be married and I'll be fine with that. If it's God's will for
Yeah.
me to stay single, I'll be single and I'll be fine with that because wherever, whatever I don't want anything. Let me put it like, I don't want anything for me that God doesn't want for me.
hmm
That's
And so
true.
if my desire is marriage and that's not what He has planned for me, because I'm too old to be miserable.
That
I'm
part.
just,
That's
I've
good.
Yeah.
had a good
I
life.
think that
All these
deserves a drink right there. I think that deserves.
let
Mm,
me I've had a good life all these years, a great life. God
Okay.
has been
yeah.
good to me. And if He
Yeah.
gonna mess it up,
Right.
keep on
Right.
walking.
Right. And I think that's the whole thing. We have um compartmentalized everybody
Yeah.
into saying, well, you have to be this way. You have to be married. You
Mhm.
cannot be divorced. Once you're in, you're stuck.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if you're widowed, you better hurry up and get married again. Well, heck, I've been widowed for 22 years. Guess what? I'm still cute.
Boop.
I still go out. I go out with somebody that's so fine. They so fine. Y'all know who I go out with. It is me, honey. I go out with me.
There you go. There you
And
go.
so, I don't want anybody to, discredit yourself or think that you are,
Yeah.
less than anybody if you are not married, if you're still single at this. And here's the thing too, you have to, and Cheryl and Chrissy, I'm sure you can attest to this too. You got to enjoy yourself even while you're single.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can go
Yes.
out. You still can have a good time. You still
Mhm.
can, be loved. You still can enjoy what God has given us on this earth. You don't have to be stuck in the house with a long skirt on and you spinning around and you talking about I'm in
Mm-mm.
my Bible for 24 hours, 7 days a
No
week.
ma'am.
And then
No
you got
ma'am.
dollies. Look, you got dollies slapped on your head. And no, put on
Oh
you
my
a
God.
cute dress and make yourself up and be beautiful and just have
Absolutely.
a wonderful time. Enjoy. He said, I come that you might have life and that
Right.
more
Yeah.
abundantly.
Yes.
Abundantly.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been gone for almost 30 days from Texas. I'm having a ball.
Mhm.
There
Mm,
you go.
There
Enjoy
you go.
yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
And I think when
yes.
when other single women can see how full life can be, how happy you can be. Not that you don't want to get married, not that that's not a desire for you to get married, but that you're not sitting, with bated breath, just
Yeah.
waiting for your king to come in with that, you
Yeah.
don't have to catch me while I'm on this fun ride.
Yeah.
Correct.
While
Yeah.
I'm having the time of my life, you're going to have to run and catch me. Because I'm not going to be
Yeah.
sitting and whimpering in a corner waiting for you to come. I am going to be living, like Sharon said, a full, abundant life until God
Yeah.
sends him, until God lets me know this is him. The time is now. Up until that time, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be having fun with my girlfriends. I'm going to be having fun with my family. I'm going to be building my businesses. I'm going to be doing all of
There you
that
go.
until God sends him. And I'm okay with that. Robin had mentioned earlier, and I still have it there. She wants to thrive in it. She said she's going to rock the Hello Kitty out of being who she is. There you go.
That part.
Like,
That part.
look,
But
watch
she
this
asked
fun.
another question too that I thought was important. Would
Okay.
you marry? Would
Absolutely.
you marry you? You know, and look, I'm with you,
That's a good
Sharon.
question.
Absolutely.
Smurfly, I would. I would be just like I do,
Hmm.
Yep.
for better, for
Yep.
worse, for poor, sickness and in health, to death do. I do. I
Boom.
will marry you now. But there was a time though that I would
That I
not have.
wouldn't.
There
That's
was
the
a
truth.
time that I looked
Yeah.
at myself and I would not have married myself because I had
Wasn't
Yeah.
ready
issues.
for it.
I had
Yep.
issues, and it
Mm-hmm.
was, that the whole the lack of self-confidence, the lack of self-esteem, not knowing who I was in Christ, comparing myself even as a single woman,
Hmm.
comparing myself to other people,
Other
saying that
Yes.
people.
I'm
Yeah.
not worthy enough. And so there
True.
was a time that I would not have married myself because I would have sent my own self into depression. That part. Yeah,
Oh
that part.
God.
Yeah, that's so true. So true.
Yeah.
I
So,
love this. Carrie says she'd also marry herself. She said, God has been diligent in changing me. Not perfect, but I think I have much to offer. And I
Yeah.
think that
right.
comes with life, with
Here you go,
experience,
Yeah.
with
Carrie. To
maturity.
you.
Yes, God matures
Carrie
us,
Ann.
and we
Yeah.
realize the value that we would bring to any
Yep.
man, to
Yep.
the
That's
help
true.
meet that we can really be for him. I can help you meet your goals. I can help you walk out purpose. I can help you walk out your destiny because God has equipped me with all the tools
Mm-hmm.
necessary to push you into purpose and destiny as we together go to fulfill God's destiny for our
Yeah.
lives. So when you get mature enough and you're wide enough and you have depth and exposure enough to be able to be coupled with somebody that makes the both of you better. I
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
you better and you make me better. I think that's the
Yeah.
best of both worlds.
I do
Absolutely.
want to add this though. Um, so yeah, it's been fun, and I'm just being honest. It's been fun being
Be a
single,
hundred.
and I've had a full, and it's been full, but I need
It's
a
been
man to
what
make
now?
it fuller.
Look,
I
She
say
it's been
said it's
what
time
now,
to be
Chrissy?
fuller.
it's
Look,
it's
it's
been
been what
listen.
now, Chrissy? You you got some stuff you want to reveal to us? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Never, no, I'm just saying it's been full.
She
As a
said,
single
Lord,
woman,
it's
it's been full.
time.
But I've been having some strong talks with God. I say I need something else to happen. I need my life to be a little fuller. Something is missing, and what's missing is a man. And what's missing, and a little bit more, what's missing is the right man.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I've been in the zone for a little bit because I have been abstinent since 2014.
Well, bless you,
2021, I've been
baby.
saying, huh?
Look, bless you, baby.
Listen,
May
Sharon,
the
No, she
Lord, may
didn't
the
with the
Lord God
clap.
bless you
No,
real
she
listen,
good.
didn't with the clap.
but I've been telling God, I said, listen, Lord, okay, it's done been
Look
about
here,
7 years
Jesus.
now, 7 years. So it's a little time for something to go ahead and switch on up now. It's a little, it needs to, it,
She's
something
like,
needs to
ring,
happen.
ring. Hello, Jesus. Hello. Hello.
And listen, and so I'm gonna tell you what's been so funny because I'm very active in the community and I do a lot of stuff. And so I've even had some
Yes.
guys say to me, I had some guys say, you do a lot. And then I've even had some women that say, well, you too busy to have a family. Or I've had a few people say to me, well, and I've had men say you could be kind of intimidating. So I'm saying to myself, okay, so for right now, I'm a single woman with no children. And so I'm able to go out and do all these things. But
Right.
when God sends me my
Shut some of that
husband and pray to
down.
have a family, I will be shutting it. And listen, and if my future husband is looking right or now, baby, I'm not gonna be this busy forever. As soon as you give me the call, as soon as you call, inbox me or whatever gonna happen, Chrissy's gonna shut down some things, and I'm all yours.
But yeah, and it's so funny. I hear that a lot too. You're
Yeah,
busy. You're doing so many things. I
you're
have
busy.
time.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of time right now. I got nothing but
Yeah, I have a lot
time.
of time. So I'm trying to occupy that time. There's no need to sit at home filing my
Right.
fingernails or watching TV when I can go and achieve and do some things.
Yeah.
Create businesses, write another book, or
Right.
whatever it is that we're because all of us are doing awesome stuff right now.
Right.
Because you
Yeah.
have the time.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
think mine's gonna have to come on a plane. I really do.
Because you stay in the airport.
In the
Yeah,
airport.
You gonna meet her at the in the
you
food
wait wait
court.
a minute. You,
Oh,
you
look,
and he could be sitting
Concourse
on one of the
B.
flights that you're on. Yeah, he could be on one of the flights.
look,
Yeah.
he's standing in the line at Popeyes.
He might be sitting in what is it row 12 seat B.
That part. But I'm gonna need him to pull that
Well, no,
mask
let's
down
say
so
let's
just
say
a
row
second.
row 2. Let's put it a little closer to the front. First
Yeah,
class,
I'm gonna
row
need him to
2.
take that mask down so I can see his face a little bit though. Then put it back up. So
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
I'm gonna need not to have to put a paper sack over his face. I'm gonna need not to have to put a paper sack over his. I'm
You
Exactly,
sorry.
are
because you gotta know what you're getting. You gotta know.
because you're
Yeah.
gonna have it.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're dealing with, honey. You gotta know.
E-
Yes, God.
Exactly. Oh my
And I
gosh.
believe God will bless the desires of our heart. If
Mm-hmm.
marriage is something that we desire, I know I desire marriage. Lady Chrissy has just talked about desiring marriage. Sharon on so many planes, we don't know if she desired marriage or not.
I'm just all over the place. She vacillates. It depends on what day.
Maybe, maybe not. And I believe God will honor that. I believe God will
Yeah.
honor that.
Yeah.
And so, for those of you that are watching and that is something that you desire, um, put that before the Lord because He already knows that that's in your heart. What I would say
Exactly.
is, even though we're telling you to enjoy your single season and get the most out of it,
Enjoy
there
it. Yep.
the two can coexist.
They
Correct.
can't.
You can absolutely love your season of singleness and still desire marriage. They're not mutually exclusive. You can desire both,
Yeah.
but God will give them to you in their season when it's time for you. And so I am praying for everyone on here that does
Yeah.
desire marriage. You are living the fullest in your single season. You're using it to get to know yourself. I think Robin talked about that earlier. Using it to get to know yourself, using it to get better as a woman, using it to find out your gifts, your skill sets, what you bring to the table, using it to explore the earth. Thank the Lord, the
Yep.
earth is getting ready to open up, travel, have fun, expose yourself. See, check out Sharon and y'all jump on some of these flights and take
Meet
sabbaticals for
her.
75 days straight and you just live it up. I gotta go to work, but she is like just rocking it out,
Me
and I
too.
love
Me
it.
too.
I
Laptop
love
will
all
travel.
of it.
Look,
I love all of it.
laptop will travel. Trust and
That's
believe
good.
that laptop will travel. So if anybody need any editing or ghostwriting or whatever,
Hit
trust
her
me, I
up.
always have my laptop with
Right.
Okay.
me. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
and that's the beauty of what I've learned from going through the pandemic, panoramic or whatever they're calling it, teasing about it. Is that this panorama we're in is the beauty of being able to work from home. I've been working from home for a year now. I absolutely love it. I just got an email
That's
that they're
awesome.
thinking about coming back, and I'm just like, y'all pray for me. Pray that God will work on my behalf and favor will go before me, and they can tell me I can stay home permanently
Yeah.
and work
I've
from
been
the
back in the
house.
office. I've been back in the office.
Oh,
Mm.
I am not back since it was March of
Yeah.
last year, and
Wow.
this God has ordained this for me. Working from home has been ordained for me, and so y'all, yeah, now I'm teasing, but I'm not. Y'all pray, stretch your hands and do the real good prayer of faith on that. But letting us know that there's so many ways to make a living. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many ways to make a life, and you can do that in the comfort of your home by sharing
Exactly.
value that you offer and monetizing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just 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 do that. Oh, let me. We have a question. What is it? What is back in the office like for you, Chrissy?
We have to check our temperatures every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wear a mask if you're outside of your office, like walking through the halls.
Oh, wow.
Every Monday, because you've been gone over the weekend, there is this 3-page paper that you have to fill out
Mm-hmm.
asking all these questions. Have you had any
Where have you
symptoms? Have you been around
been?
somebody who had symptoms? Have you been on it? Have you been around somebody who just was on a commercial flight? It's asking you all this stuff. You got to check it off if you got. They want to know, and then it has to
Mm-hmm.
go to HR before you can even go to your office.
Wow, wow,
Wow.
that's a lot. I know at my um office too, their temperature checks. They're gonna ask you, you've been 45 miles out of the city,
Yep.
where you been traveling to, who you there. So they're still being very, very careful, which I think is good. They're being
Derrick.
diligent. And yes, Robin, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Hot.
Um,
Yeah.
and
It's a lot.
I know, at my job, they're like, for some people, teleworking is the best option. It frees
Yeah.
up office space, and some people are thriving teleworking. They're doing better working from home
Then when
than they would
mhm.
be if they were in the office. So I
Yeah.
am believing God just to, yes, do it, Jesus.
Yeah, when I was in corporate, I found that me working from home was a lot better. I got a lot more done. And
Hmm.
so now that I have my own business, I was doing Zoom, thankfully. I learned how to do Zoom on the onset, early on.
Right.
Hmm.
So that was the way that I conducted some of my workshops and things of that nature. So, now that Zoom is the big thing, it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
y'all come on over to the side that I've been on for a minute. Thank you.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but if you're single and you have that, unction to do something different, just
Hmm.
try it. It doesn't matter that,
Exactly.
we go out there and we say, well, I don't want to do it because I may fail. Well, is it failure or is it that you just gained some wisdom?
You learned.
Mm.
Learn something, you gain some wisdom, you figured out how to go about, saying, okay, I know what to do, I know what not to
Yep.
do. I
Right.
know, who to allow to come and work with me. I know who not to allow to
Not
come work
to.
with me.
Yep. Yep.
And so don't just look at it as, failure or what have you. Look at it as God is teaching you,
Yeah.
God is showing you.
Yes.
And then for
Hmm.
that, will begin to see the gifts that you have while you are a single. This is the best time.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
Yes.
the best time to explore those things. This is the
You have
best
to.
time to figure out what you like. Don't allow somebody to have to come in your life and tell you what you like. And
Hmm.
then
Right.
they got to develop you into what you say you like. Then they got to push you into what you say you like. Then they got to
Yeah.
pay for what you say you like. Come on. You
Hmm.
should be already
Exactly.
ready. You should already know which direction you want to go in, and whether that's corporate or whether that's you having your own business. Either way
Right.
is good, but just
Yes.
know, take this time to be ready. Prepare yourself, prepare yourself, because if you end up in, and this is my last thing, Cheryl, if you end up in the space that me and I think Robin said it also, if you end up in that widowed space,
Mm-hmm.
that's a tough space to be in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very tough
Sure.
space to be in. And so you have to make sure that you are prepared for a whole lot on top of trying to grieve.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Because stuff doesn't stop just because your spouse passes away.
Wow.
Right.
You
Yeah.
Right.
still
Yeah.
gonna get that call from the electric company if you don't pay your
Yeah.
bill. You still
Mm-hmm.
gonna get your car repossessed if you don't pay the bill. So those
Right.
things,
Yeah.
life is going to keep going on. So you have to make sure that you prepare yourself and know that you'll know how to pick yourself up and sustain. You may fall out later, and it's okay to fall out, but just
Right.
know that you won't stay down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 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 I love it.
Amen.
I love it.
That's good.
All right. Well, ladies, I guess we've gone over our little time, but y'all don't
Oh
I
forget.
don't even
man.
know how much. Listen, I don't even know how much we talked on the whole celebrity thing, but it was still good. I know we didn't touch it.
I'll be
I think
going
we
too
went through.
fast.
We've gone too fast. I think we
I've
went
been
through
going
all
too.
the questions.
Oh, we did.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So yeah, I
I
think we
just didn't
did.
think that we. Okay, good.
Okay.
We hit all the
If
questions.
you
We
say so.
professionals. We are
That
professionals.
part.
There you go.
I,
We
look,
got it.
Cheryl, I'm going to need everybody that is on this show to share and submit it to, whatever ABC, NBC, CBS,
Exactly.
There you
BET
go.
Plus,
Exactly.
because we need our own show.
Yes.
We
We
do.
need our own show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cheryl.
Most
I just had
definitely.
to get that out my spurt. It was in my shanana.
The
Oh,
It was
her
spur.
deep down.
shanana. Oh,
It
that
was
was
deep
deep
down
down,
in my
right? Deep.
shanana.
And we do want you all to share this show. We are so looking forward to what God is going to do in this show. The healings that are going to come forth in this show, the big fun that we're going to have in this show, the practical knowledge
Yeah.
and wisdom that's going to come forth in this show. So if you know a single woman, be sure to share this with her. Share it with the network. Share it with anybody you have influence in their lives. Share this show
Yep.
with
Share
them.
it.
And we'll be here every Tuesday night at 8 for this first season. So next week, we're going to be talking about the list.
Mm.
Usually, every single
Ooh.
woman has a list. So be sure to join us on next week for the list. And if you missed Church Girl Chats last night, I had two gentlemen on and we covered questions that single women want to know but are afraid to ask men. And so we
Mm.
had this whole
Ooh, that's
laundry list
good.
of questions that I just got to
Yeah.
ask them. And they were just giving me their honest take on how do men feel about this? What's a red flag for men? What turns men off? What makes a man commit to a woman? So y'all check that out. That's on
That's
YouTube.
a
So
good
make sure
one.
you check that
Yeah.
out. And we went so long on there that we didn't finish the list. So they're going to come back for part two. So
Wow.
if you have any questions, feel free to inbox me, or you can even just put them in the comments here. Any questions that you want us to address on part two. We love you all with the love of the Lord, and we will see you next time. I'm going to
Yes.
end the show with our little intro that we came in on, and we will see you all next Tuesday.
Yes.
See you
Hold up your
then.
glass, ladies.
Oh, go
Arrivederci.
out with the
Cheers.
glass.
Blow
Y'all
out
have
with
a
the
good
glass.
Arrivederci.
evening.
Cheers.